guys, welcome back to another video of Keeping Up with Shiloh and on Daily Devotionals. And today we are in the book of Isaiah chapter 6 verses 1 to 7, right? And as the title says, Dead Man Walking. So you've probably heard this term before, you may not have heard it, right? If you have not heard it before, welcome. And if you have heard it before, let's get into it. Alright, so dead man walking, it usually describes someone walking towards a situation that they can't escape, right? But Isaiah 6 gives us a completely different picture. So Isaiah walks into God's presence expecting nothing more than a vision. Instead, he encounters the holiness of God. He sees the Lord seated on a throne, high and exalted, and the seraphim are crying out, "Holy, holy, holy is the Lord Almighty. The whole earth is full of his glory." And Isaiah's response is interesting. He doesn't suddenly feel impressive. He doesn't say, "Finally, God noticed me," right? Instead, he says, "Woe to me, I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips." Why? Because when Isaiah saw God's holiness, he also saw himself clearly. And that's what God's presence does. It doesn't just show us who God is, it reveals who we are, right? And sometimes we compare ourselves to other people and think that we're doing pretty well. At least, I'm not as bad as them. But Isaiah wasn't comparing himself to other people. He was standing before a holy God, and suddenly his excuses disappeared. His words couldn't save him, his reputation couldn't save him, his good deeds couldn't save him, and he recognized his need. And then something incredible happens. One of the seraphim takes a burning coal from the altar and touches Isaiah's lips. Then he says, "Your guilt is taken away and your sin atoned for." Right? So Isaiah came into God's presence saying, "I am ruined," and he left knowing, "I am forgiven." And that's the gospel. And God doesn't reveal our sin to humiliate us. He reveals it so that he can deal with it. So Isaiah couldn't cleanse himself. God provided the cleansing. And notice where the coal came from. The altar. And the altar is a place of sacrifice. And for us, that points us towards Jesus. And our forgiveness isn't based on pretending that we're perfect. It's based on what Christ has done. So maybe dead man walking isn't about walking towards death. Maybe it's about walking into God's presence as the person you were and walking out changed. Dead to pride, dead to pretending, dead to the need to prove yourself, alive to God's grace. Isaiah didn't leave God's presence thinking, "I'm better than everyone else." He left knowing that God has forgiven me and now I can be used by him. And that's what grace does. So it doesn't leave you where it found you. Alright? It doesn't leave you where it found you. That's a little message I have for you guys today, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Please go for our next devotional.